Hello, friends, both old and new. I'm John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people, much like yourselves. This is this week's playlist. Playlist is always alluded to by the Thursday afternoon teaser, and that track was My Life, performed by Billy Joel with his good friend Elton John in Tokyo, Japan. Uh, and basically the principle of that song is this is my life. Go ahead with your own life. Leave me alone. Reason being that every once in a while I do a dealer's choice, and that's exactly what we have this week. Dealer's choice. So please, I hope you enjoy the tracks that I'm throwing out. If you want to check out my creation of that one, it's right there in the description box. But I'd appreciate it if you stuck around for the rest of this video. So getting on to the rest of the music. Full track for this week is Bad Boy Bill doing Behind the Decks live. Full track is always a full album, DJ set, or concert. And this is kind of a bit of all of those because in 3 nights, Bad Boy Bill did the same set at 3 huge clubs. Los Angeles, Chicago, which is his hometown, where he started back in 1985, and he's still going strong, and at the church in Denver. And it's really cool because he did the same set, but did it 3 times, 3 nights. Everything was spliced together to make one album, but there was no audio sampling really. No audio editing. The only editing is in the video because it shows all 3 venues. So this is really cool to watch, and I definitely recommend it to you. And it's a great track if you're just sitting in your car for going to be on an hour commute. Awesome stuff. Bringing Down These Walls is one of my favorite tracks from back when I used to throw records. And Bad Boy Bill has always been a huge inspiration to me. Ever since I was an early up-and-coming DJ, he's part of my holy trinity of DJs, the other 2 being Kioki and Paul Oakenfold, who have all just been so inspiring to anybody in this, anybody in that art form. So moving on, the cover that kicks ass for this week is Vince Neil off of his album Carved in Stone, doing Chicago's 25 or 6 to 4. Now, in the video that's attached to this, it shows a bunch of footage of Motley Crue. This wasn't Motley Crue. This was Vince Neil's solo project, and it was an entirely different band. But it is an awesome track. I've got a secret, like, sorry, not sorry, guilty pleasure spot in my heart for Motley Crue. So I thought it'd be fun to share with you. By the way, the only way you're going to find this outside of online is on the Japanese import of the CDs. And I know the CD is a kind of blasé format, but they're great to get into because you can find some great stuff like this. Also, if you're a metal fan, whether it be hair metal like this, death metal, black metal, any type of metal, I can almost guarantee you if you drop the extra money to buy the Japanese import, you're going to get some extra tracks. The genre is just huge over there with a relatively large group of people, and that's who they give the bonuses to. So definitely worth checking out. The Stick This Thing in a Socket track for this week is The Orbital, doing Halcyon and On. Orbital was named after the M25, which for any of my friends over in the UK, you probably know. I mean, the M25 is the orbital highway for London. Phil and Paul Hartnell also going strong. They've been doing this since 1989. Absolutely amazing programmers and amazing DJs. And this track, you can find it on the soundtrack to Hackers. In fact, if you've seen that movie, you've probably heard it. It's there at the very beginning. Pretty decent movie. Not the best ever, but it's a fun watch. And also, if you look in the description down below, you will see Virtue live off the decks. That is a mix live at a party that I found of my own DJing. And it's a thematic mix, and it's one of the ones I'm most proud of, even though there are a few warts, I'll admit. But uh, I started off with this track, and I do my own little thing to it. So if you want to hear some really awesome music, please enjoy it. There's never a full train wreck. Comes close though at one point. Just a heads up. Going on, the stick this thing. I'm sorry, I already said that. I read the wrong line. Every 6 weeks or so, I do a thematic playlist that involves a certain genre of music. Right now, we're doing industrial music, and that playlist always has 2 tracks every week. The 2 tracks this week are 2 of my favorite dance floor filling tracks. First would be Velvet Acid Christ doing Fun with Drugs. This is off of their album Fun with Knives. And if you have ever seen the film Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, don't get me wrong, watch the movie and read the book. But a very large set of samples from that movie is taken on this track, and it's pretty awesome. In the video, I don't think this is an official video. I think somebody put it together. I couldn't find out. But it is really awesome. Just get ready for your head to get smashed. So I hope you enjoy that. The other, also a floor filler. This is Be-Born Beton doing Another World. Don't you worry, they won't find my body. I want you to know I found peace in another world. Awesome track. Like I said, almost 20 years later, this will still fill up a dance floor. Any industrial night, any industrial club, it's going to do it. And it's a great song. It's originally off the album Truth. And there are so many mixes of this out there. I think I have probably 6 or 7 of them. But this is the original version, so I hope you enjoy listening to that. That's essentially the main part of the playlist, but every week I do include a bonus. And my bonus track for this week is off of the album Dusk by The. And this is Love is Stronger Than Death. Now, this is uplifting and sad at the same time, especially if you watch the attached video, which is the official video. But I played it because spring is coming, and it's very poignant to me. And just anything by The, if you've never checked them out, please do. It's what I'd call dark folk. Just the music is absolutely amazing. Really cool story behind this track. I actually got the album Dusk for free at a big music event when I was like 13 years old. It was right after it came out. It was a promotional thing, and somebody gave it to me, and I had never even heard of them. And I've loved this album since, which is just shy of 30 years. If you want to do the math, you can, but, you know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, check it out. It's some great stuff. So that's this week's playlist. We're going to go right to the trivia for this week. This week's trivia question, last week's trivia question, was not answered by anybody. So nobody gets a smooch. Nobody gets a bonus track. I'm sorry. Rules are rules. But if you know the answer to this week's bonus track, please drop it in the comments section down below. This week's question for the trivia is, back in, I believe it was 1991, there was a huge verbal standoff between Vince Neil, who we mentioned before, and another musician. And eventually, it came down to Vince Neil calling said musician out for a physical altercation on MTV. Question is, who was that musician? If you can answer that, you get this week's smooch. I'll also give you a very special bonus track. Leave your answers in the comment section down below. Also, speaking of down below, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button on your way out to check out the playlist, which is right there in the description. And also share it with somebody who you think might like it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I put new stuff up. So I am going to let you go. Keep in mind with the comment section, it's not just answering trivia. If you have anything to say about this video or this playlist, please do so. I want to know what you're thinking. You took the time to watch this, and hopefully you're taking time to watch the music, and I will take the time to let you know what I think of what you're thinking. That can spiral. But I'm going to go ahead and make a few quick shout outs to some people who've always supported me and I really respect, and I just want to return the favor. Lauren's Corner, who interviewed me once, which was awesome. Check out her channel. She does an entire series of interviews. She also does a lot of things involving poetry. We got AU Pack Mule, who covers a million topics on his channel. Johnny Be Crazy, my partner in crime on the Cylon Johns, who also has his own channel, which has content all over the place that is just absolutely unbelievable. And let's see, the Entertainment Hacker, who generally focuses on Star Wars, but if you're into entertainment in general, check his stuff out. It's really good. So I'm going to let you go check out the music, go check out those people, go check out all these things because you've got plenty to check out. Have a great time with that. I will let you go, and in the meantime, PLUR, be excellent to one another, and party on.